We're back with another install video. Today we're putting the Trollmaster into the Hewescraft. Now I really want the Garmin Reactor 40 kit, but it's like almost $4 for the whole kit, and that's kind of pricey. And I honestly don't think my transom is wide enough for that actuator that they have, so we'll just stick with this. That's all I really need is throttle control at the helm. So I went with the wired version, because if it was wireless, I'd want the wireless steering as well, so I can walk around the boat, but it wouldn't make any sense, so I went with this one. Let's see what you get in the kit. There's no instructions in here. I'm thinking it's online on the website. Now you do have to buy the servo motor mount separately, just because it's a universal application, this is, and then they sell a kit separate per whatever outboard you have. Servo's right here. And honestly, the wiring looks pretty straightforward. I think it's what, 24 feet of cable. Plenty for my little 18-footer. This goes to the servo. And this power and ground. And I should be able to just throttle there, max throttle, idle, on and off. Pretty straightforward. The hard part's gonna be this. And the install is gonna be on the Mercury 99 Pro Kicker here. I also think it has a fuel leak because the fuel line has been rubbing on the steering linkage bracket, so I might have to fix that too, because we do plan to go out here in the next few days. But let's get this going first, and then we'll fix that. I'm assuming the servo mount goes somewhere here, and it attaches to the linkage somehow. Let's see what comes in the kit for the servo mount. I got TM212HWKIT. So you get 2 rods, zip ties, some kind of mount with the prep. This is the servo mount right here, and then the cable. Easy install, followed by the instructions on our website, Trollmaster. All right, I found the instructions on the website. Looks pretty straightforward. Forward manifold bolt, basically unbolt it and bolt the bracket on there. So here's the bracket for the servo, and I guess it goes right here on this bolt for the manifold, the forward one. And it looks like it fits perfectly. Rests on the manifold. And then time to mount the servo. Do I go top mount or bottom mount? Bottom mount, we'll try it out. Okay, messed up. It says mount the servo on the inside of the bracket, so I gotta redo that. If I do it this way, mounting it from the inside, I'd have to mount it on the top one, just because it has that, and it wouldn't sit flush. All right, next it says loosen the set screw for the throttle a little bit. And then they want you to remove it. And then put this in there. Put this in there and put it back. What the hell? What the heck? Oh, I guess it wasn't crimped, so this is for the other side, other end. Like that. Tighten it back up. The instructions are kind of everywhere. Maybe I should have read through it. But up here it says mounted behind, right? The servo. And now down here it says, if the installation requires the servo to be mounted behind the servo mounting bracket, you should remove the small ridges. So these right here. So maybe I should mount it on the outside. Okay, let me redo it. I'll be right back. Okay, got it mounted back on the front. Spaces it out a little more because this angle. So I think this will work better. All right, now it's saying to hook up the remote, power and ground, and hook it up to the servo, and then put it in the idle mode. So let's do that. All right, let's turn it on. Leave it in idle. All right, now that it's in idle mode, it says to reclock the arm. Just unscrew that. Pull this off. And it says about 5 o'clock. So this is 6, about 5. And then reinstall. All right, now we can install this. There you go. Feed it through, it says. Feed it through, cut all the slack, tighten it. All right. Time to test this functionality. Let's see. It's moving. Now it says once satisfied, go ahead and crimp the end of it and then cut it. And I think you're good. All you have to do is run the wiring up to the front and go give it a test run. That was a pretty straightforward install, honestly. Not bad. Crimp it. We'll cut this. And it's good to go. All right, now it's time to figure out where to put the controller and where to run all the wire. All right, I'm kind of debating if I even want to install the remote yet because the way I wanted it to mount it, it's not really looking how I envisioned it. But I think I'm just going to do it. I was just going to double side tape it down, but then the wires would show. So I don't know. Because I don't want to have to rewire it because once you feed the wire through, you're going to have to undo it all the way from the kicker all the way through the boat. But whatever, let's do it until I find a solid mount that I can use on it. I guess they used to have a mount for it, but they discontinued it, which sucks. But we'll make it work. And for the wire that's going to be showing, we'll just cover it up in some heat shrink right here. There's a temp install. And I most likely won't need all of this power and ground cable. So I might just cut it in half. Probably need less than that, honestly. I'm gonna hook it up to my mic tuning switch panel. Hopefully it fits. I don't think it's gonna fit through this. Not gonna work. God damn it. You know what? Temp install. Whatever. Just one. Just a little added on to the bottom. I don't have my heat gun. Hopefully I don't burn the remote. Looks a little better, I think. Personally. Alright, let's go feed this through. You know what? Let's redo it. I forgot I had some of this right here. Just so we can have more coverage of the wire. Let's redo that. Should've went and grabbed my heat gun for real. Alright. Hopefully this works. If I don't burn the sleeve. Now that looks good. That actually looks really good. Like that. Oh yeah, that looks way better than just having these cables showing. I'll show you where I'm going to put it. My original plan for the remote was to place it here. There's already a hole in here. I didn't know that this comes out like this. I thought it'd come out like in the middle, just so you can flush mount it, but I guess it doesn't. And I was planning to use this existing hole that the previous owner drilled for. It was some kind of GPS thing. But yeah, I was gonna do that and place it here, just double side tape it. That way it's like easy to control, right? Just all right here, boom, boom, boom. But then I kind of want it like this, so it's upright, so I can actually utilize the hole, you know, put it right here. But I can't really find a mount that actually would work good, so I think I'm just gonna stick with this. That's why I had to sleeve it, so I can tuck it in like this. Because without that sleeve, it looks horrendous. Yeah. It's just temporary. I'll have to redo it once I find a mount that I really like. One that I can like put right here. And I can just, you know, have it like that. My other option was putting it right here. That way the wire can go behind and go into the hole that these are hooked up to. But it gets in the way of the cup holder, and if I have a cup here or a drink here, I can't really reach it. So yeah, no other choice but to put it here. All right, it's time to run the wires to the back, to the kicker. We're gonna use this little snake thing from Harbor Freight. It's getting there. Got it. Bingo! We're gonna use electric tape to attach it so we can protect the tip of it. Normally I'd just zip tie it if it's just a wire. But this actually has a connector on it, so we're gonna protect it a little better. And we're only pulling the wire for the servo because I'm hooking up the power and ground up front. Got it through. Now we got to run it down underneath the splash well, whatever you call it. So it's coming out that corner right there. And there's a tube that runs underneath. Just got to feed it through there. Hopefully there's room. Yep, just like that. Easy. Trying to reuse the tape. All right, let's see. Boom. Got it. That's awesome. We can come right here in the middle. Then we'll have to follow the battery cable to the outboard. And then let's try to feed it through this grommet. Just need a little space. Just a little bit, please. Damn. Oh, there's another grommet up here. Another grommet. If only this head was not so big. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna go through the middle. All right. That obviously is not gonna fit. So let's try this. Put it through here. Spread it wide open. Let's see. You see that? Spread it open, pull this through. Hopefully when I move this, it's a nice, snug, not super snug, but it's perfect fit. Hell yeah, let's go. That way I didn't have to make those crazy X style, whatever, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Simply feed it through. Put the grommet back. It's like it was made for that. Look how perfect that popped out. To a perfect little circle. All right, let's find a way to route it so that it does not interfere with anything. Hold on. Look at this. Is this like made for that? Do you see that? That's like perfect. I need a whole wire loom for this. Make it so much cleaner. All right, now all I have to do is tidy up the harness and connect it to power and ground, and that should be good to go. All right, and to mount it right here, we're just gonna use some double-sided tape. This is, I guess, some really heavy duty one that I found from McLennan. Clean the area. We're gonna use brake clean to clean it. So the thing that sucks about this boat is that it's old. So like the paint is like flaking off, which makes it hard to have a good bond when using an adhesive tape. Hopefully we can still clean it good enough so that we can get it to stick pretty good. Let's peel it. And then place it. I'm shaking, I'm so hungry. Ooh, that thing is on there. Yeah, see, I can adjust and steer right here. Max throttle, boop, idle, on, off. All right, so this is the setup. This is how it looks. I'll just reach over here, make my adjustments while I'm steering. It's not bad. This is originally where I wanted it. I just didn't like that the harness has to come out like this. I thought it was underneath it, but it works. Works for now. All right, let's see it in action. I'm all the way over here at the control. Let's take it out of idle. Throttle up. That's it. If I want to put it back to idle, quick. I take it out of idle, it goes back to where it was. And if I want to do max throttle, oh, take it out of idle. I didn't realize it flexes that much, but let's see, max throttle. Just a quick tap. Looks like it works to me. I don't have enough time to actually go test it out today, but I'll test it out. I think we're going out in a day or two. I'm gonna go out there for some coho, and hopefully we could try it out then, and I'll keep you guys updated on how much I like it and stuff like that. But the install was pretty straightforward, super easy. Yeah, I think anyone can do it. Also, if you guys have any mount suggestions for that the controller, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.